I don't know what to make of last night's game. You know.
Oh boy!
And I figured we'd call you up as a guy who's been in the trenches, whose sons are in the trenches, and ask you what you thought of the action last night.
Well, the roughing the passer stuff. We have Mike Pereira and Dean Blandino in our studio, and more often than not, I'm yelling, Dean, what's that?
Right.
And here's the concerning part, and I'm sure you've seen it too, that at an alarming rate, the calls that go back to New York for review are coming back wrong. And that's scary. People, you win and lose games on calls like that, and in some cases you lose your job. I don't know where to start last night. The Juju play was it's definitively outside the bounds of how the game is played today. In the not so distant past, it was standard operating procedure. The part that I didn't get, and this is a young guy who is being indoctrinated to. And it's a whole other conversation. The AFC North and Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh. It's a man's division, and it's a physical division, and they pride themselves on that. And they ask no quarter, and they give no quarter. And certainly, Vontaze Burfict has been in the middle of a number of controversial hits and plays over the course of the last 4 or 5 years, and there's a lot of bad blood here in this matchup in particular. And the part that I probably would have liked to have seen more of, and I'm not sure, I haven't talked to Mike Pereira or Dean Blandino yet, but given that it's a Monday night game, and not to diminish Sunday games, but that it's a Monday night game, and the kind of bad blood there is in this matchup, I'm overcalling the game early. And ironically enough, what ends up happening, on the run on the sideline, the bell run up the sideline and it's kind of where quarterbacks are sliding, they're not sliding. Do I pull up? Do I look bad? What if he doesn't slide? He decides to kind of delay his slide. He picks up the extra yard, picks up the first down. The other thing is the sideline. How do I deal with the sideline? And last night was a great example of that on the touchdown run. I think two of the players thought that he was out of bounds, and they pull up because you're concerned about getting that flag in a key situation and potentially losing, $10, $15, $50,000 of your money and potentially being suspended.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think of the fact that the reason why that he went up the sideline untouched wasn't, lazy play, but just that the flags were out and all of that. But Howie Long joining.
The sideline is very difficult to deal with now, and right. I see hits that are beyond the sideline, and you say, well, why didn't they flag that? And then I see hits that take place right on the line that I don't believe should be called. And if you're going to kind of okey-doke me on the sideline, you get what you have coming to you.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.